Welcome to Taste Your Magic Elite Retreats, where we take you to Egypt again. Located in Cairo, where we get to explore the great Sphinx of Giza. With the head of a human, body of a lion, and wings of an eagle, this massive statue measures 240 feet long, so 73 meters, and 66 feet high, so 20 meters high. It was a protection for the king and symbolizes strength, wisdom, royalty, and the power of the sun. It was carved by one single mass of limestone, dating back to 2500 BC. However, later on, I will share some controversy on these dates, so keep watching. The word Sphinx comes from the Greek verb sphingein, which means to bind or to squeeze. This is really interesting as we continue on with this. It's claimed to be the pharaoh's resurrection machine. It's represented by the solar god Horus of the horizon. Some inscriptions lead people to believe it's a double lion god that sat at the entrance of the underworld and guarded the horizon where the sun rose and set. Others expanded, saying the Sphinx represents the sun god Ra, or the sun itself. It faces the sunrise, and with its links to the solar system, it also links the cycles of the sun with the afterlife cycles. Now, this is fun, cosmic power conversations through this whole thing, but I also want to bring you some reports that were made from tests. There's a report from University of Arizona where in 1991 to 1993, John Anthony West, who's an independent Egyptologist, led a series of expeditions conducting seismic and geological surveys around the Sphinx. And what they found were patterns of erosion on the Sphinx carved at the end of the last ice age, when the heavy rains fell in the eastern Sahara, more than 12,000 years ago. So not 4,500, that's widely believed. Their seismic surveys also suggested unexplored tunnels, cavities, and rectangular chamber that is 25 feet beneath the front paws of the Sphinx. However, the Egyptian government has since blocked any further claims on this. So fun. Even more interesting, through Orion correlation theories, the Leo constellation was directly east of the Great Sphinx during the vertical equinox around 10,500 BC. It was the astrological age of Leo, the lion, in the eastern Sahara. How old is the Sphinx really? Getting interesting. When we have our Taste Your Magic Elite Retreats, as you see in these videos, we work with the group's ability to receive energy first through connecting with the Valley Temple. We'll have them breathe in, do small meditation connections, have them touch an area that is calling to them specifically. And there they learn how to translate their own messages. These messages that are actually protected just for them. So as a group, we walk through the Valley Temple on our way to the Sphinx. It was used for the mummification process and to purify the king's mummy before burial. Similar monuments are in Peru also. It's very linked across the world. This purification process is important to the group's process too when it comes to up-leveling in their lives and receiving divine messages and protections on their own journey. So up-leveling is a type of death and reverse birth. Anytime that you have up-leveled in your life, you've had to notice the contrast, notice the things that aren't working anymore, become squoze, become tight, shed off these pieces that no longer serve you, so then you can rebirth like a phoenix. So you come out with this new life. And the Sphinx position alongside of the pyramids create a massive power harnessing machine. And that's meant to digest energy from the sun. So also purifying and energizing each individual walking in, through, and back out. Our groups get to experience a lot of dynamics of transformation through energy, both in the metaphysical the energetic space, and the physical. The valley temple floors are made of alabaster, which is another conductor of light and energy. The columns are of granite, some from Aswan, the red granite. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, by the way, the red granite. Hauled all the way from Aswan, a stone of grounding and protection. The ceilings were of limestone. There's a lot of areas now where the ceiling's not there. It also used to contain statues of the king, gods, and pharaoh. On the east side, it has seamless granite walls with large stones that are like 40 feet up and weighing about 200 tons. Remarkably built and placed together. I've come when it wasn't busy and when it was really busy. And the added protection over the group when it was busy was tight feeling and really strong. And then when there wasn't as many people, the protection around these individuals as they moved through this was more open and relaxed, when we were more alone anyway. So my goal is to continue creating private time on these tours for my groups. There's such a powerful vortex of energy around this site that it took over 115 years to set the Sphinx free, so to say. It was found last in 1817 by Giovanni Battista. He led 160 men digging it out. But the trouble that they had was that the sands kept pouring back into the excavation pits as fast as they dug it out. That's that vortex of energy just pulling it in. However, they were able to get the chest and the paws and the plateau uncovered by 1887. In the 1930s, an Egyptian archaeologist named Salina Khan finished it, at least what we see mostly now. There is still much hidden. As of all of Egypt, there's so much still of mystery everywhere in Egypt. The more that's discovered, the more you discover that's hidden. Another hidden thing that was discovered was the hidden records, or the hall records. This is underground, nearby and close, like really close to the Sphinx. It holds piles of documents, scrolls, materials with information on it, and actually a few significant findings of this area through different means. Herodotus says that he saw the room and the library that they call, it's like a hall of library, and he writes about it in the Histories book 2:148. All these findings come back to saying these are the records of the ancient Egypt, the lost continent of Atlantis, and some about extraterrestrials. Some say the hall replicates work from the lost library of Alexandria. Again, further claims and investigations have been blocked by the Egyptian government, and also in this one, the mainstream archaeologists. This is why we invite you as an individual to explore your own messages, your own energy, along with the history that is known and the secret histories that are being revealed and have been revealed, along with all of our work in these different retreats. You will discover a magic about yourself. You will discover a connection to these sites. If you are drawn to Egypt, if you are drawn to this video, I invite you to come join us on a retreat and discover why you might be being called back to the ancient Egypt times.